kind of certain. I don't know. I'll let you decide if you want to email on it.
Yeah, I mean, it does. Yeah. Good point.
But you could just meet him and see, make sure it's real before you do that if you want. Whatever you want to do.
Yeah, no,
It's really kind of in your.
let's come up with some questions and
wanna
then I'll shoot you an email with some questions. Probably by tomorrow or the day after,
Oh yeah.
and then we'll go from there. Sean, what's up, buddy?
Also, give me some dates.
Hey, what's going on, Greg? Good morning, man.
When you do that, not now.
Yeah, next week I think I'm pretty. Another day in paradise, buddy. How are you?
Oh, likewise, man.
You
Likewise.
grinding?
Always, dude. I don't
Good,
even know
man.
what my name is anymore.
How you doing, Kristen? Kristen must be cooking again. Hi, Tula. You're muted. What's going on there? Hey, Tula, and you're muted, Tula. You're still muted. What's going on there?
So Tula, bottom right of your screen, bottom left of your screen, you're going to see a microphone on it. A little microphone icon. Just go ahead and click that icon.
I'm trying to. She's saying, I lip read. Hey, Tula, nod your head if you can hear us. Okay. All right.
Now you're muted.
There we go. Gotcha. Oh, that's Sue. Hi, Sue.
Hi.
Sorry, I just muted myself. I was yelling across the office.
Oh, okay.
All right. So yeah, guys, how's everybody doing? We hope you guys are doing good. Crazy market out there. Been a little nuts. So yeah, we want to come at you just today. We had one of our agents, John, come up with a pretty good idea that we haven't really touched base on too much is some social media stuff. You know, I'm not disclosure. I'm not a social media guy as far as knowing what to do, the insides and outs, the algorithms. I know Sean is pretty techie. So if he ever wants to chime in, just interrupt me, Sean, and go ahead. I was going to kind of go over some basics regarding Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff, and just kind of wear in the fact of how important social media is. I'm not going to say that you're going to post 2 times and you're going to get a bunch of buyers and sellers falling on your laps. Doesn't work like that. Generally, I mean, I could be wrong and I hope I'm wrong, but for the most part, social media is just something else to get your name out there. Let people that are in your sphere know what you guys are doing, how you're doing it. And just, you know, kind of keeping up to date and letting them know you're still in real estate. I mean, if I go through a little period of not posting, just like a year ago, I had an acquaintance go and buy and sell with somebody else. And I kind of in passing talked to them about it. And they said, oh man, I just forgot you were in real estate. I didn't see you on social media that much anymore. And, you know, I just went through a phase where I was kind of busy, tied up, and I forgot to post once a day and do all that good stuff. So it's different for everybody. You know, if you're a big producing agent, you may not need it as much, but I still think it's such a needed commodity nowadays. You know, and especially if you're busy, it gives you more content to post, which is awesome. So if you guys, if you're not posting on social media, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, you're definitely behind the 8 ball. You know, do some research out there for some agents that are in our market, and they're definitely hitting social media pretty hard. So, it just keeps rolling and rolling from there. I personally did, I think it was 3 deals last year just from social media, just from getting out there. And, people, 2 of them were people I already knew that just saw posts and they decided to give me a shout. And one of them was actually from some advertising that I was doing on social media, and they reached out. So definitely return was very good on that, but it's kind of a pain. I get it, to stay in front of social media every single day. Be a pain in the butt to do the posting. We're in the middle of trying to actually get somebody to do the posting for us. It's tough to do it once a day when you guys are busy, so we get it. But definitely the biggest things are, if you're on Instagram, that is huge. I get it. For some of the agents, it's kind of a pain in the butt to jump on Instagram. You can do cross posting nowadays, so where you can actually connect your Facebook to your Instagrams, so you don't have to be posting on multiple pages per day. You can connect them both to where your actual posts and your stories, which we'll go over, are extremely beneficial to use. They'll cross post, so you only need to go onto one platform, post, and then you're good for the day. John and Sandy are really good at doing Facebook stories. Facebook stories and Instagram stories are huge nowadays. You can tag where you are. You can tag people. People can repost. So we're big advocates, with our page, of you guys as agents running around and you're doing showings. If you're at a showing, whether it's a lease or it's a sale or whatever the case may be, post it. It's just good to get out there. And I know you guys are busy and, you're in the heat of, trying to sell a house or list a house. But, if you're showing a buyer a property and you get there 5 minutes early, it doesn't hurt to jump out and, do a quick little tour of the property, or just be outside and do, a quick little video tour of what you guys are doing. It's letting people know you guys are active and you're busy in real estate. So being able to cross post like that's huge, where it can take some of the weight off your shoulders as far as posting on multiple platforms a day. And for some of you agents, we do have some agents that they don't have even personal pages. That's fine. It can bring you into the business page. I know, Tula, you have a personal page, right? So like for instance, you can use your personal page if you want. What we've kind of found out in the past couple of years is when you start putting too much real estate stuff into your personal page, you'll start losing, I'll say losing friends, but you'll start losing engagement. So you'll notice your personal pages have a lot more engagement than your business pages will. It's just nature of the beast. If you're posting pictures of your dog, and some of you guys might want to do a little test of this, but post a picture of your dog, your cat, your animal, a beautiful picture of the inlet, something that will attract views. You're going to notice you'll get 100 likes on the page, right? You'll get a bunch of views if you do a video. Now, if you go and the next day you post a picture of a listing you have for sale, you're going to maybe get 1 or 2 likes. It's just the way things are. It's just people are inundated with real estate nowadays, all across the board. So, it's hard to kind of stay in front of them with the real estate aspect. But what we like to do is have a business and a personal page. And with that, we can post everything business on our business page, obviously. From there, we can kind of cross post and share from our business page to our personal page. And we like to sprinkle it in there. So every now and then sprinkle in some real estate on your personal page. That's going to be more active. Let people know, hey, you're still in real estate. You're going to go out, you're going to get likes and all that good stuff for your business page. But like I said, you're going to have less engagement. So every now and then, if you can post 2 or 3 days in a row on your personal page of whatever it may be, your animals, the town, the event you're doing. Then the next day you sprinkle in, potential listing you have or buyer you're working with, whatever the case may be. You'll notice that engagement kind of creeps up a little bit, and then it'll actually cross into your business page as well. People will start checking out your business page a little bit more, and you'll notice a better engagement on there. And social media is huge for, if somebody's commenting on your posts, definitely comment back. The algorithms are going to pick that up. They're going to see that you guys are engaging with whoever's writing you, and you're going to get, your post will get put in front of more people, especially more people that haven't shown engagement on your post before, which is, that's huge for gaining followers and gaining, more views, and which in turn is potential buyers or sellers or referrals, most importantly. So yeah, the biggest thing is, if you guys are on Facebook and you're not on Instagram, I know we have a lot of agents that are on Facebook, but not Instagram. that's fine. Like I said, you can cross post, so it doesn't hurt to create an Instagram and at least get the name out there a little bit more. Instagram has great tools for being able to tag everything, show everything, that you're doing, and do the stories, and then it's going to cross post to your Facebook without you actually having to do anything. Very, very big, very neat tool. So yeah, it's a great point. Hold on, mute John. John just came in. He's back feeding. All right, there we go. Okay, sorry about that. So yeah, if you're on Facebook or Instagram, doing the stories is huge. I know a couple of the agents, Kristen's really good at it. John and Sandy have been crushing it. Go check out some of their pages, kind of see what they're doing, how they're doing it. It's super easy to do when I'm going to try to show you guys, we're on, I can try to pull it up on page, but I'm going to try to show you real quick through my phone. But when you're on Instagram, for instance, you'll see your name at the top left over here, okay? If I hit that, you'll see your story come up, okay? It's a quick little video. You can see this was done by Brandon. Brandon is also very good at, doing stories, tagging us. That way we can just repost and that gets out to our clients as well that are in the area. So they're seeing Brandon as well. So it's a way for him to get in front of other people besides just who's following him, right? So it's super easy. And this goes for the same on Facebook. We'll show you how to do it on Facebook as well. But once you hit it, and then you hit your story up here, you'll see your profile. You have the ability to do your videos and everything right there. So you can hold down and you can see the video play button. That's going to be your video. All right. So you can hold it. I think it gives you three, on Instagram, it gives you 3 slides basically, which are about, what are they, like 40 seconds long, 50 seconds long total. So yeah, once you post that, you're able to come in here in the video, you'll see the video playing, but you're able to add in text if you want. So I can write in anything you guys want. We can add in, if we hit the smiley face, we can mention. I know it's hard to see on this, but you can put in mentions so we can tag people. So for instance, that's what Brandon's doing a lot, is he's tagging us, and then I can reshare it. I can tag John, for instance, I can tag Lisa, I can tag anybody, and they can just repost it in one button, they can repost it. So that's big. If you guys are doing videos, say you're doing a co-listing with somebody in the office, tag them, or say, we always tell our agents, tag us. That way we can repost it and get you guys in front of all of our followers as well. And then the other biggest thing is you guys can actually do locations. So locations are huge. It's going to start pulling up wherever you are. It's always good, if you're showing in Gardens or Jupiter, wherever, it's good to actually input where you are, because people can actually go into those hashtags and those locations and actually get on there and see your post come up. So it's really neat. That way you can get in front of more people. That's how you gain new followers. So stories are huge for gaining those new followers on Facebook, because I know a lot of our agents don't have Instagram. They're just set up on Facebook. When you're on your feed, you'll see create a story right here. Again, I'm on my personal page, but you can do the same thing that you can on Instagram. You can see it's pretty user-friendly on Facebook. I can hit the camera button here and it'll populate. If I hit it once, it'll give me a picture, or if I hold it down, it's going to give me a story and an actual video. So I can go through, I can do my video walkthrough, I can do my video tour, I can do the whole 9 yards through here. And then same thing, once I'm done, I have the ability, you'll see if you're playing around with it, to add text, to add locations, all that good stuff. I can actually go on here and add and tag. So if I don't have an Instagram, it's a good way to, on your Facebook, get in front of everybody. Stories are big. They're great. If you have pictures, you can just add them very quickly. So, even if you don't want to do a video right now or something, just hit create story. And you'll see you can actually upload pictures, and you just hit a picture, and simple as that. You can plug in a picture and boom, there you go. I can add my text. I can do whatever I want. And then from there, you just share to your story. It'll populate. So the stories are big. A lot of people aren't doing stories. It's a really great tool to get in front of people, as aside from just posting. You can kind of do the same thing when you're posting. You can tag where you're at. You can tag people, but the stories just give you another option to be able to get in front of people that necessarily you wouldn't attract, or you wouldn't be getting in front of normally, with the ability to go in and actually see those locations. So for instance, if I'm on Instagram, for instance, I can go to the search.
What do you?
Instagram, yep. I can go to the search at the top. So if I'm on my main page, and down here there's a search button, and then I go to the very top and I click that, I can type in Jupiter, for instance, and you can see right here, Jupiter is going to populate. If I click that, I'm going to see a bunch of posts from when people have tagged themselves in Jupiter. So from you guys doing stories and tagging your locations, doesn't mean it has to be specific. There's a lot of security things going on nowadays. So, if you're at 123 Main Street, doesn't mean you have to tag 123 Main Street, tag Jupiter. It's going to populate all these stories. So you're going to start populating once you start posting more. For instance, this is a photography company that tagged themselves in Palm Beach Gardens. So you're going to start populating there, where anybody can be on, Instagram. They type in Jupiter. They want to see Jupiter location. They've heard so much about it. All the cool restaurants, or the cool, beaches, whatever the case may be. They just type in Jupiter up here, and next thing you know, you're populated on here, and they can end up on your page just from your pictures and everything that you've been posting. So same thing happens when you post. So when you do a regular post and you're here, click that button, the add button, and then it's going to populate all your pictures. So from there, you can pick out which picture you want. So
Where'd you go?
So you go to the,
Jupiter.
what's up? Oh, you got Jupiter up. So on the bottom, if you click home, bottom left, and then on the very bottom middle, yep, the post, yep. That gets you a post. Let me see.
Reels.
Oh no, you're on Reels. Okay, so go back to home. And then up here at the top left, yep, see the add button. So sometimes it's on the top, depending on what update you have on Instagram and Facebook. The add button to add a post will either be down here. So like, for instance, mine's down here, or it'll be up here on the top. So for instance, John just had his add button here, but the buttons do look the same. So just look for that plus. I just call it a plus button, but it's an add button, and it'll bring you right to your picture library. From there, you can actually change things. So you don't have to just do pictures. If you scroll here, you can do a story. So if you want to add a video, for instance, you can do that. You can do a reel or a live. So the live videos are good as well. They're going to be great for, say you're at a showing or you're at a listing, for instance, and you're going to preview, you got potential clients coming in 5 minutes or something. You can do a quick, live video walkthrough. A live video will actually go out and it'll alert your followers that, hey, Greg Emerald is doing a live video, and it populates across the top of their screen. So anytime you do a live video, it's going to alert them. It's going to let them know that you guys are out there and you're doing a live video, and potentially get you more followers, get you, people actually viewing your property and viewing your content, because that's the biggest thing. The algorithms are always picking up who's doing what. They're going to put your stuff in front of who's watching it. So gaining more attention by doing those locations and tagging is going to help you reach out to people other than the ones that are already following you, which is key. So from here, you have the ability to really kind of do anything you want, whether it's just post a picture. Say I wanted to post that picture. Let's see. So that picture, for instance, from there, it's pretty simple. I chose my picture. I can click next. I can pick a filter for it if I really want to. So if I want to change the coloring, I even make it black and white if you want to. Once you choose that, you can click next. There's other options there too that you can do. So you can even edit it. So you can make the picture brighter. So see on the very bottom, it should say filter and edit. If you click edit, it'll allow you to change brightness and contracts and stuff like that. I tend to not play with that too much. I've come to find out that kind of like if you pull something from another site or you're using stuff like that, the social media algorithms are picking that up and it's not getting put in front of as many people. So I like to use the most natural pictures as possible. It tends to kind of, and everybody needs to play around with it, try one, play around with it. But I've kind of in my experience, the ones I've found that do the best or tend to be photos I've personally taken or, something of that nature that haven't been changed around too much or filtered too much. So once I do that, I just click next. And then I can see the picture in the top left, and this is where you can start writing your post. So if you'll see a little section that says write a caption. So see on the post here, you got your picture on the left, and then under that you have all your other features. So I can tag people, I can add a location, you can add a fundraiser if you wanted to, and then here you can see posting to other accounts. So this, as soon as I post this picture, it's going to go to our Facebook account. And it's going to post to our Instagram. So I can see here, these are our Instagrams. And then under here is our Facebook. So I know without those buttons, and I can toggle them on and off if I want, but those buttons are going to allow me to cross post. So that's what's huge. So if I'm doing, say I do a post every morning at 9 a.m., I can jump on here, I can do my post, and I can cross post it. And I'm done for the day. If I just want to do one post a day, no stories, there's my one post for the day, cross post to my Facebook. I don't have to worry about doing anything else. So for instance, we like to make it a little more personalized, but if you're just going to post one thing a day being real estate, just so something's getting out there and you want to post your newest listing or something that just went under contract or sold, it's super easy. It lets you guys get out there and just cross post to both, so you don't have to post here, then you don't have to jump on your Facebook and actually go and post there and do the same exact thing. Once you get this down, posting will only take you 5 minutes. It's really, the biggest thing about it is finding the content and finding what to post. So a lot of content people will like to tell you to go in and on a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, pick your content for the week. Go out and pick 7 pictures that you can post from now till next Sunday. So from Sunday to Sunday. And then that way you can actually have them set up ready to go. That may take, 30 minutes to do out of the week. But then when you wake up at 9 in the morning, you're gonna do your post, or whether you're gonna do it at 9, 12, or 7 at night, your pictures are set up, your content's ready to go. Finding the content is kind of the hardest thing to do. But once I'm on there, I can write a caption. So it's going to write in. Doing a long caption doesn't hurt. I'm just doing this so we can kind of jump along and see what it looks like. But you're going to write anything there. So for instance, if you're doing a listing post, you can write in everything about your listing. It doesn't hurt to make it bright and look good. So if this was a listing, I can actually space it out and I can start doing some cool things as far as, Little Diamonds is going to be a 3-bedroom or whatever the case may be. Show you here. So just stuff like that, depending on what you're posting, having it bright where it pops out, where it's going across somebody's news feed, not nude feed. When it's going across somebody's news feed and it's bright and it's popping out at them, that's what you want. It's going to grab their attention. So by putting in little bullets or putting in emojis, it never hurts. It doesn't, I haven't heard anything as far as algorithm purposes. I think it's always been, every time we've posted something that's had a lot of brightness and it's had stuff that's attracting, we've always got more attention on it, more likes, and then, with likes comes follows and all that good stuff. So, once you put that in, you're definitely going to want to try to make it as bright and airy as possible. And then doesn't hurt to put in some bullet points. So if I go bullet point return. So you can put in bullet points like that and then put in your website. So if you guys have your own domain or whatever the case may be, put in homesales.palmbeach.com. I know all the spelling's messed up, but I'm typing backwards. And then I'm gonna go back and do those bullet points again. Usually do 4. And then boom. So from here, you have your posts. You scroll down, you have your bullet points, which creates separation and gives you your website. It never hurts to have your website on there. Gives you more separation. So you can see the bullet points would be, I didn't hit return, hold on. So you go return to space it out. And then you hit the, you can see 1, 2, 3 down here, sorry. And then it'll bring you to those dots, bullets, return. Good to go. So from there, what you can do, so now you have your post. You have your bullet points that separate your post from your website and your domain. And then you scroll down a little bit more, you have more bullet points. And then from there is when you can start your hashtags. So your hashtags are the same thing as like locations. I don't want to say the same thing, but kind of think of it the same way as your locations when you're doing a story. There are features you don't really want to forget in a post. Number one, it helps with algorithms. And number two, it's going to help place you on those things. So remember when we went back and we typed in Jupiter, Florida, and we were able to tap Jupiter in the search bar and it populated all the posts from people that have tagged Jupiter, the location. So I can kind of do the same thing. So for instance, if I do hashtag Jupiter and I start typing Jupiter, I'll see Jupiter populate here, right? And it's going to tell you it's followed by a bunch of people because it's a hashtag. And I can click it. And that's automatically going to tag that Jupiter, right? So then you kind of want to do, when we had somebody running our social media before, he said there was a couple key features. Number one was, which we're going to get to as far as once we're done with this post, I'll show you how to tag people, but you always want to tag yourself. Number two is you always want to hashtag. And when you hashtag, try to do a minimum of 10 hashtags and try to always do the same hashtags. So for instance, I always like to use Jupiter, Jupiter, Florida, Jupiter real estate. I always use home sales, Palm Beach. I always use, realtors of Instagram, just a couple, whatever ones you use, try to remember them and try to do them at the same time. Because the more you populate those, the more you're going to actually show up on those hashtags, which is basically, I'll show you how we get to those, but it's basically the same thing as typing in the search bar, Jupiter, and that's where you'll start seeing yourself populate. So again, that's another way for this post to get in, potentially get in front of people that aren't already following me. That could be potential followers. It could be somebody from New York that's like, hey, I heard Jupiter's awesome. So they go on Instagram and they type in the search bar Jupiter. Listen, it's happened. I've had calls from it. And they go in Jupiter and they find your post. And from there, they see what you're doing, how you're doing it, and that you're up to date with the market, you're up to date with everything, and you're active in real estate. So yeah, just make sure you type in, you actually have to hit down here. You can actually see the hashtag. You hit that. You can see how hashtags start populating. So like if I type in home sales, you'll see it already start to populate. So there's home sales Palm Beach. So I just click it and it populates. So good to go. Like I said, you always want to do, so essentially what your post would look like is this with your description. If you're doing a listing or you're doing a pending listing or sold, always try to throw in some emojis or bullet points like that. Let people know what they're dealing with, new listings especially. You have a nice bulleted, so it separates your domain or your domain name, excuse me. The reason for that is if you start putting it under your description, it gets too jumbled up. Instagram especially is not, when you see the post, the writing's under the picture, they're already kind of jumbled up already. So by creating that spacing, it creates a little bit longer post and it creates it a little bit cleaner. So that's the reason for those bullet points. And then you got your hashtags. From there, I'd hit OK, and it brings me back to that original page. So I can see my whole description here. And then that's where I can start tagging people. So if I hit tag, sorry, I can actually just click on the picture and I can start tagging people. So for instance, I want to tag John. I just start typing in his name. There he is. So I hit his name. Now he's tagged on that picture. So again, this is one of the things that I said, always want to tag yourself. So I'm going to type in home sales. There's our own page. I'm going to click it. So that's how you tag people. So generally when we post, we like to try to post as, tag as many people that are in the office. So that's how you tag people. You're going to want to tag as many people as possible. So if you're doing a post, it does not hurt to tag anybody and everybody that's in the office. It gets on their page. So when you're on, I'll show you here in a little bit. I don't want to jump off the post, but there's a certain section on their social media where it's going to be post that you post. So uploaded posts and then tagged posts. So it just gets more content on your page. So more people can, it's another way for people to reach you essentially. Once I've done my tagging, I'm going to hit done. It's going to bring me back. It's going to show me how many people I've tagged. So in this one, just for instance, I've only tagged 2 people. And then the next spot is my location. So I'm going to tap on my location. And if my location settings are on, based on where I am, it's going to pull up that location. So you can see I could get as intricate as putting in home sales where it actually gives the address, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. But if I'm out doing if I'm with a buyer or I'm at one of my listings, and for security purposes, you don't necessarily want to tell everybody you're away or you're, at that specific address. Again, this is where it doesn't hurt. You can just tap Jupiter and it's going to be Jupiter as a broad. So it's going to be the whole Jupiter. And again, that's where if we go in that search bar and we type Jupiter, once we start posting and getting some good content through Instagram and social media, we're going to start showing up on those pages where people can go into Jupiter and type that in and find us. So always doing your location, always tagging people is key. And then just the way you post, trying to create it a little more, especially for Instagram. Like I said, they kind of put things together so it's tight. So if we had just done everything without doing bullet points, you'll start seeing posts kind of get a little mumbled and jumbled. This helps to actually break it up a little bit. And then always doing your hashtags is huge, especially on Instagram. That's one of the biggest key features of Instagram is being able to just go in the search bar, type in something, and because of hashtags, being able to find them just like that. And again, this is where you're going to see everything that's cross-posted. So I'll show you here in a second how you can actually set that up. But you'll see at the bottom of your post, this is going to go to the home sales Instagram page, and then this is going to go to the home sales Facebook page. So right here, as soon as I hit post or share, that's going to go out to my Facebook as well. So I don't have to jump on Facebook and actually go and post and do double posting. So it makes it pretty simple. So if I go back here, let me get rid of this. I'm going to discard this. Okay. So if I hit this bottom right button, so here's my home page right there. Here's the search bar. All right. So here's where I can go in and I can search Jupiter. I can search people. So if I want to find, home sales, I can type in home sales Palm Beach. I can see location. So I can see everybody that's tagged here. So up here at the top, you can see top that comes up. You can see accounts. So if I wanted to see an account, I could click accounts. If I want to click tags, you can see the tags. So there's your hashtags or places. So I can see Tamara's checked in, Dee Dee, Denise, John, and Sandy. So you can start seeing people that have checked in. So you can really see everything about whatever you're putting in. So, I mean, it could even be as far as, looking for restaurants in an area you're going to go vacation in. You'll be able to see everything regarding that as far as the top posts that come up. If they have any accounts, so if I'm looking for, 123 Main Street Diner in St. Augustine, I can type it in and I can actually see if they have an account, and then I could be able to click on that account. I can see tags. So anytime somebody's tagged that restaurant, I can see it. And then places. So anytime anybody's checked in. So for instance, locations are pretty cool. So if I type in Jupiter, for instance, I can click there and I can see it gives you a map. And then I can see posts from Jupiter. So that's where all that hashtagging, locations, when you guys are posting, that's where that's going to help you out, because people are going to go in there and you know, it seems far-fetched, but especially with people moving down and researching the areas, especially a hotbed, you know, like Palm Beach County, that's where you're going to start populating. If you guys are posting regularly and you're staying on top of it, you guys will start actually popping up in those pages, you know, Jupiter, for instance, where people are posting. I mean, I can click on, you know, this picture and I can see who, you know, hey, I like that picture. I'm going to like it. So there, I'm going to get more likes, or I'm going to click on that page and go follow them because their content is interesting. So again, even if this is a business page for you, this is where you're gonna still want to do some really cool pictures. So for instance, I'll show you ours. If I go down, we just find a picture. So like, for instance, this is our business page, but I posted a picture with my wife and I at a wedding, right? So just sprinkling in a little bit of personal information, right? Super simple post, gained us 125 likes right there, okay? On one picture, and it was a personal post. But we were able to kind of integrate in the description a little bit about Jupiter. Had a great time at our friend's wedding, but being able to see Jupiter and all its beauty at the Jupiter Lighthouse. You can see we tagged Jupiter here. You can see that there was the description here. So we made this a personal post to get more likes, but we also were able to describe a little bit about Jupiter, how we love Jupiter, how we were able to enjoy the lighthouse. We did you can see here, we did our bullet points. We separated those off and actually did our hashtag. So you can see the different things we actually hashtagged. So it was really simple. And then I can show you, so that had 125 likes. And I can show you the next one was probably a business page, a business post. So there's a business post, a couple nice commercial real estate signs that our awesome agent had made. And you can see 28 likes, right? So you can see right there, there's the difference between generally when you're posting for business and you're posting for personal. Even though this is a personal page, we were able to kind of gain a different following, get more likes, get more attention, and be able to get, you know, some people following our page, because when that went out and 125 people liked it, algorithms picked that up and they were able to start putting more pictures. So I could notice even on business posts after that, for the next following couple posts, even our business posts picked up and we're able to start seeing some more engagement. So then it was followed by, you know, another personal post. So that's going to be huge in your business pages. You want to kind of spruce it up. You can see most of this is real estate, but every now and then you're going to throw in some personal stuff. All right. You know, people for some reason love animals on social media. If you guys have animals, if you guys are out and about and you're at restaurants, if you're walking the beach, whatever the case may be, creating, you know, a visually pleasing social media is going to also be huge. That's going to get picked up and they're going to start putting your pages out in front of everybody. So if I'm on my page, I'm going to see if I can show you guys how to cross post. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. All right. So if I'm on my page on Instagram, for instance, and I go to the 3 bars at the top right, it's going to bring me up to settings, archives, insights, your activity, all that good stuff. I can start, you know, you can see here, you can see everything. I'm going to go to settings. And then from settings, I'm able to obviously change a bunch of things. But what I'm going to go to is, let me see, where was it? Just had it. Oh, there it is. So once you're on settings, you're going to go down here to account, click account. And then from here, I can see sharing to other apps. So once you click sharing to other apps, you'll see right up here, there'll be a bunch of apps. Instagram and Facebook are one and the same. So that's why you're able to share there. You're not able to share to LinkedIn or anything like that, unfortunately. LinkedIn is its own animal. So you're going to have to post there separately if you want to do that. But you can see right there, our Facebook is hooked up. So if I clicked Facebook, all you would have to do, we're already set up, but all you would have to do is type in your Facebook login and it's going to automatically sync to there. And then you can see these right here, these toggle switches are going to let me share my Instagram stories and posts. So you can see Instagram posts, I can shut those off or I can turn them on. Same with stories. So you're going to want to make sure those are both on. Once those are on, you're able to cross post. That way you can knock down the amount of time you're posting per day. So again, you go to your page, you go to the top 3 bars at the top right, you go to settings, and then you're going to come down here to account, and then sharing to other apps. And then that'll bring you up with the Facebook so you can actually share to both accounts. So super, super easy. So that pretty much covers, like, as far as Instagram. Facebook is going to be the same. So if you post that on Instagram, it's going to cross post into Facebook the same. So you can see, I'll show you one of our Facebook posts. All right. So if you don't have Facebook, I would suggest setting Facebook up first. If you don't have either platform, definitely set up Facebook. And then from there, you can set up your Instagram and then you can be able to cross post from there. Facebook is going to be one of the ones for sure that when people start Googling your name, Facebook will actually post, come up first on Google. John, do you want to open the door, buddy? It's hot here. I think she's quiet now. You can just push it. So Facebook, like, if I Google Josh Grove Realtor, and he's got a Facebook presence, that's going to be one of the first things to come up. So definitely do Facebook. If you don't have any of these yet, definitely open up your Facebook first. If you have a personal, it doesn't hurt to open up a business page. You can actually invite every single one of your friends that are your friends with on Facebook, and they can start liking your business page. It doesn't hurt to have a business page. It's just one more way that your name and all that good stuff is out there on social media and out there on, on the internet. So it doesn't hurt, and then you can cross post those to your Instagram. If you don't want Instagram, like I said, you don't have to have it. I get it. It's a little bit of a pain, but it definitely does not hurt. Instagram gives you a lot better features to do as far as your tagging and your sharing. I feel it's a little bit more user-friendly once you get it, and you kind of get it down as well. But you can see through ours, let me just let this load. So you can see this was posted on our Instagram for, Happy Mother's Day post, for instance. This was posted, and you can see right at the top, it says posted basically through our Instagram. So here I didn't have to go in and post 2 times. It was nice and easy. Make a post, boom, you're good. You post it on Instagram. You can see it actually looks exactly the same as it was on Instagram. And click on the picture, but here you can see they actually hyperlink your domain name. So when we put in our domain name on Instagram, you can see it hyperlinked right there. So I can just, super easy for consumers to click on it and populate your website. And then you can see our hashtags down here. Same thing, I can click that and I can see anything posted that was hashtagged home sales Palm Beach. Same thing, if I click Jupiter, I can see anything, that was hashtagged from Jupiter. So super simple. They're kind of one and the same, if you will. It's very easy for you guys to go in and post, one time, make it nice, short, simple, sweet. We're always told that posting at the same time every day actually does help you. I played around with it a little bit. I did notice a little bit more engagement. Seems like people start to kind of pick up on a trend of when you're going to be posting, if they're truly interested and they're truly following you. It was always a good thing. We were posting at like noon when we figured people were kind of taking lunch breaks if they're at work and stuff. But it's, it's never, bless you. It's never a bad thing to remain consistent like that with timing, and it also help you guys out. We're big advocates, like we always say, for your lead generation and your CRMs. Pick a certain time of the day, in the morning and at night, whenever you guys have free time, to be able to go in there and play around with your leads, do your lead auditing. Same thing with this. If it's easier for you guys, pick a time that's easy for you guys when you can wake up, do a quick post. That way, hey, it's done for the day. I don't have to worry about it anymore. Or at nighttime when you guys are settling down for the night. Try to pick a time. We've noticed where people are going to be around their phones. I know people are on their phones 24/7 nowadays. But you got to think about the masses that are possibly at a 9-to-5 job. Things are a little different nowadays with people working from home a lot, but always posting at night is never a bad thing. People are always home and generally off of work at night, no matter what they're doing or what industry they're in. So, posting anywhere from 6 to 10 at night is never a bad thing. We've always noticed a boost of engagement during those times. Posting early in the morning is not a bad idea. Posting all the time is not a bad idea either. So it's a lot to ask, but if you guys are super busy, like if you're running around, you're doing showings, you're doing closings, like post a quick video. Like I said, if you're showing buyers property, show up 5 minutes early and go do a quick video tour, video the outside, and let people know what you're doing. If you have a new listing, go on to, Breakthrough Broker or whatever the case may be, and post, or whatever tools you guys are using currently, post, make a new listing post, make an under contract post, make an open house post. Just gives you more content. And again, this is where Chime can also fill in and help you guys out. We've done multiple videos on the landing pages. So if you guys have a property that's going to be active or under contract or open house, jump on there and build out one of the landing pages that takes 5 minutes. They have the social media section now where you can actually make new listing posts and stuff like that, which is what we're integrating into the portal. So those things are there for you guys to use. Definitely take advantage of them, especially, the posts. You can do home evaluations. That's all stuff for you guys to post on social media. So, I like to call them fillers. If you guys wake up one day and you're like, hey, I don't know what to post, I don't have anything. Find a couple pictures. I've done it before, and I know, like I said earlier, sometimes the algorithms will pick up when you post something that somebody's already posted, or you take a picture or whatever. But, I Google image like Jupiter, and I took a couple pictures from them and on Google Image, and it worked out great. We're getting over 100 likes and engagement on the post, which is huge. If people are writing you, write them back and engage them. But those were always good, aerial inlets, shots of, the inlet or the pier, whatever the case may be. So grab some content like that for the week. And then from there, cross post maybe in some Chime stuff with if John knows Lisa's listing is any broker advertising, he wants to post it, he can chat with Lisa, or he can just post it, whatever the case may be, as long as, the credit's given. That, like, this is all stuff that is available for you guys to be able to post and post regularly. So definitely take advantage of that, especially through Chime. But as far as the content aspect, it's easier to try to just take 30 minutes out of a week, get that content. Sometimes maybe leave a day a day here or there. If you have a closing coming up, I know John and Sandy just posted like a couple just closed postings. So like if you have a couple closes coming up, leave a couple slots for a post like that where you can create that. That way, when the property does close, you can post those and get those out there, because closed postings are always a good thing. It's letting people know you guys are busy, you're active. Same thing with new listing posts and all that good stuff. So those are huge. Those are integral. So I know a lot of people aren't super active with it. I get it. It's a pain in the butt. I'm not a social media fan myself. If it wasn't for real estate, I probably wouldn't have anything, but it's an integral part of this business. And like I said earlier, you may get somebody that calls you day one from it. You may get somebody that calls you in a year. Like I said, I had 3 people last year from Instagram just call me about, real estate, and ended up selling them 3 houses. So it's a good tool to get out there, let people know what you're doing, connect with the people maybe that you haven't connected with, especially if you're not from here, and you're not on Facebook. Go start, trying to find old friends that are out of state potentially if you're not from around here. And, that's, people are moving down here. So it's a good tool to be able to stay in front of everybody. Instagram allows you to really be able to target as well, and type in those hashtags, type in those locations, and once you start populating yourself like that, really get in front of the masses by being able to populate on those pages. So it's a great tool. I mean, that's really all I can think of now. You have anything, John?
No, I think we're gonna get you to do a refresh of Instagram. Excuse me, Instagram once or twice.
Instagram stuff. It takes a lot of playing around with. You got to really play around with it. It's like you can jump on Facebook and you can do all the same things, but like Instagram, it takes a while to get used to the way you're supposed to type and the way you're supposed to, or not supposed to, but how you should post or could post. It takes a little while to get used to, but play with it. We do have a social media guy that I'm trying to get in here to actually just kind of show us, he has services available, but he's also great at showing us how to do things. We're going to try to get him in here as well. So maybe he can do a screen share on the computer and actually show it through the computer, a little, so it's a little less of a pain in the butt than through my phone. But if you guys have questions, just reach out at any time. Tula, it looks like you have a question, but do you have a question? Okay. Hand signals. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, just give us a shout. Or, there's, like I said, there's people that are in the office, go look at their pages, go check them out. There's a lot of people that are really good at posting and cross postings. Don't forget to tag us. We love when you guys tag us. We can reshare it. And then again, now your post gets in front of our people, which can potentially help you guys, obviously. So definitely do that. Stay up with that. Lisa, do you have anything?
Yes, I do. One quick thing. When you've got a soon-to-be ex-spouse in the mix, when you are trying to buy a house and there's all this concern up to the very last minute that the other party won't sign the mortgage riders, making it known that their spouse is buying a house. There's that whole process that happens sometimes. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
we have an official document now that the title companies have to participate with it. So I want to call Sean and Olivia and talk to them about it. But we have something now that can be like acknowledged. It's an acknowledgement from the spouse that they're still married to on the front end, that that they are okay with their spouse buying a property and not having to deal with the whole signing of the mortgage riders at the end. So it's at the beginning instead of the end, and it's saving a lot of aggravation for the parties, because I've seen like 4 or 5 times now where, sorry, my dogs are barking, where the spouse won't sign at closing, and then it's a deal breaker, and then even hinders some people from wanting to get involved in that situation to begin with. So sometimes spouses that are soon to be divorced are fine when they know that their spouse is buying a property on their own, and then something happens along the way and they are not okay with it. And so this helps just to satisfy that at the beginning, as opposed to the end, where inspections, appraisals have been done, potential
Yeah, that's a
loan.
good point. A couple of years ago, I had that issue actually, and I never really thought about it because it's probably few and far in between, but I had that issue and it came up like mid-transaction, and it started becoming a headache. Everything was kosher at first, of course, and then, I'm sure things got heated, and then it kind of became an issue, 2 weeks before closing. Luckily, everything worked out, but yeah, I never really thought about that. Just because that situation does happen, obviously.
Yeah, it's just another, like, it will happen to everybody at least once, like, but in their time of doing business, but it's just one more like tool in the arsenal that says, hey, we have an answer for that. We have a solution. No need to do any nail biting for 30 to 45 days. We can address this on the front end. It's not really, it's a mortgage thing that we do, but again, the title company has to agree to it. Yeah, we want to look at that as soon as we can. That's really all I have right now. I mean, rates are, everybody wants to know about rates. Rates are, still on the low end. They're actually down from a couple weeks ago, so that's good. Our jumbo program is, all of our agency jumbos are back in full throttle again. I know during COVID, we had lost some of our products, and that's back too. So everything seems to going back to like lending normal, so to speak,
Awesome.
since COVID, since March. So it's really good.
That's good news.
Yep.
Awesome. Sweet.
Anybody
right.
needs anything, just by, just even on another transaction that, they've got the listing on and they have some lending questions, I'm happy to help. So just by all means, call me or text me anytime. I know most of you do, but I just want to remind you that I'm here, not just for things that benefit me, but I'm here to help you guys.
Awesome. We appreciate it as always.
Sure.
All right. Well, if nobody has anything else, I think we're pretty squared away. If you guys have any questions at any time, just give me a shout, call, text, email. We're here. I know this was kind of just like a quick go around for the social media, but if you guys have any questions, give us a shout. If I can't answer them, I'll get somebody that can answer them for you. It's a big undertaking, but if you guys aren't on social media right now, if you are, just definitely start utilizing it. And if you're not, cool. Now you got some homework. You can jump on, start making some social media accounts, and give me a shout out if you need anything. And like I said, we do have a contact that actually helps us out with social media if need be. So if you guys just if you're completely hands off, you don't want to deal with that, then by all means, I can get you guys in touch with Frank and go from there. So if you guys need anything at all, just
Is that Frank who does it?
Yep. Yeah.
Oh.
Yep. So yeah, he'll do kind of anything. Like he'll do everything out of the gate for you if you want, and just post once a day for you. Or if you're like, hey, I don't want to spend the money to post once a day, but let's post a couple times a week or whatever. He'll do that, or he'll just actually make posts for you as well. So I had him do that for a while where I'm like, hey, here's a new listing. He had the template and everything, and I didn't have the time to go in to like Breakthrough Broker or another program and make it. So he would just in 5 minutes send me the actual picture of it and I could post it. So he'll pretty much do anything you want. It was like $2 a post or something that he did, where I could just send him the listing.
He doesn't personally do it. I used to have to.
No, he'll personally do that. And he'll run posts. Yeah, he'll run posts and everything for you. So everything from like, in fact, we're about to have him do everything for us. So he's going to take like the market reports, like you see the market reports that come in from RAPV and stuff like that. He's going to take those and customize them and like brand them to us. And then, so like once a month we'll post those, but they're branded to us instead of looking like the RAPV ones. And then all the listing posts as far as like new listing, under contract, all that stuff. So we're just going to have him do everything just because the time for, I don't really want to do it, to be honest. Like I said, I'm not a huge social media fan, but he's also done it where I could just say, hey, here's a new listing, and he'll make me the post, send it back to me in 5 minutes, and I just post it.
Does he do MySpace?
I would like to know what happened to Tom. Where'd he go, So, but yeah, if you guys have any questions, just give me a shout. Let us know. We're here, and we'd love to help you out in any way possible. So thanks for joining.
Yeah.